Hey, on the channel, we bring the thunder with Super 7 Thundercats, Mumra, Jackalman, and Lion-O.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Super 7 unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got something entirely different, as we got their brand new line of Thundercats with Mumra, Jackalman, and of course Lion-O. But for all your Thundercats, Super 7, and everything else under the sun needs, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Yes! 15%, and yes, I did pick these up from jaystoysandgames.com. I'm a sucker sometimes. I told myself I wasn't going to buy these. Then there I was looking at them in person. I said, man, oh man, I got to see what all the fuss is about. I got to see what the fuss is all about. So I did pick these ones up. Now, these aren't going to be for everybody, of course. These are more the old school He-Man style is what we would call these. We did unbox the San Diego Comic-Con Arnold Conan the Barbarian exclusive on this channel that is very similar to these. We will compare it to that one, and of course He-Man, where it all began. We'll do some comparisons of that as well. But a lot of people interested in the origin style, I guess we'll call it in this day and age, myself included, between the He-Man Master Universe Origins, the Turtles of Grayskull. Of course, the other one is the Filmation Cartoon Collection, but we do know later in 2025 we're going to have a Thundercats He-Man crossover from Mattel as well, and I guess this maybe whets our appetite a little bit until that time does come. Now, we saw these way back in the day. Funko made these, but they made Thundercats, they made Mortal Kombat, they made just so many different things. They made things like Pinhead and Leatherface. They made tons and tons of these, even like a DC crossover line. There was a lot of different ones. And this kind of reminds me of the Funko ones. I didn't have the Thundercats versions back then. I had the DC ones. I since sold those. It was so hard to say goodbye before the channel even existed. But these do resonate with a lot of collectors, but it'll be interesting how well they resonate around a $30 price point a piece. That's a little tough pill to swallow sometimes, as we do know. And it'll be interesting to see if these ever go to traditional retail as well. I would think they would. We'll see what happens. But one thing we know will happen for sure is how we're going to do this review. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We're going to start Lion-O. Good guys first. There's old Lion-O looking only like a Lion-O could look in the package. Very cool Thundercat style packaging. I always felt Thundercats had some of the best black packaging. They always had black around their logos, things. You just see the black at the top. For some reason, it really works for Thundercats for me. Sometimes it looks too minimalistic, but I love it with the Thundercats. Love the lightning in the background. Of course, Thundercats logo, Lion-O. On the back, Thundercats, of course, Jibber Jabber UPCs. Got the three figures we're unboxing here in Series 1. Got a little bit of a blurb. Lion-O leads the band of Thundercats against Mumra and his evil army of mutants. The battle for the Sword of Omens is on. And these are, of course, He-Man style packaging. Same size, so you can use your MOC Masters cases if you want to. This bad boy is unpunched. Unfortunately or fortunately, I am unboxing this. So off to the races we go. Let's get Lion-O out of the package and let's see what all the fuss is about, as we always do say. But there it is, packaging. See you later, goodbye. Off to the side like a young Tyrone, or as most of you guys know him, Muggsy Bogues. Yes, Muggsy. Shout out to Muggsy. Now, we do get the claw shield here. Gets its own little plastic prison. See you later, goodbye, goodbye. And then we do get, of course, Lion-O in the plastic prison. He's got the Sword of Omens, and oh, man, he's also locked in at the feet. I didn't see that. We're going to eat defeat is what we're going to do there. But it does look good. I like what I see so far in the package. We'll see how these work outside of the package here shortly. Pop old Lion-O out, maybe. There we go. See you later. Oh, my gosh. A little off. Maybe I'll just give it the little push. Little push, little push. There it is right there. Let's dive into it. Let's dive into the accessories on Lion-O first. Sword of Omens, very minimalistic. I love the kind of dull silver grayish color on this one. Looking very nice against the Cats logo there, of course, in red and black. looking very nice. It is the Sword of Omens. If somebody hands me this, like, Kyle, what sword is it? How well do you know your sword? I know my sword very well, but, oh, you mean the Sword of Omens, of course, of course. But we do get the claw shield as well. Claw shield, always very cool. Very minimalistic once again, and I think that's what they're going for with this line as well, but it is the claw shield. No painted on or anything, just all in a mustardy yellow right there. But now we're diving into Lion-O here. And interesting. I mean, it feels and looks basically exactly like you would think this style of figure, the He-Man style, would look on these guys. But you got Lion-O in the head. Once again, looks like Lion-O to me. Must be a windy day. He's got windswept hair to the side going there. He does got the red eyes, of course, those cat eyes. He's got some crazy, crazy eyebrows up there that would make Ox Baker blush. Now, there's a deep cut, of course. Watch out for the heart punch. Got a very stoic face as well. Then he's got his singlet and, of course, Thundercats championship belt. He's ruling all of Thundera, undefeated with the championship belt, of course. He does got the hitchhiking hands there, kind of He-Man style, 2 gripping hands ready to go. Got those Lion-O boots going on, but very cartoon-like in the very pale skin. And we just saw a Super 7 Deluxe edition of Lion-O. We unboxed it on the channel not too long ago. Check that video out, but very pale just like this one. So bringing it all back home there. Now, articulation, arms go all the way around. That is it. Head back and forth. Waist, a little bit of waist back and forth. You can hear it. You can hear that there. Leg goes up a little bit, and that is all she wrote as far as articulation does go. But it does look really good, unless you're a player out there, and I say a player, but guess what? When I was a little kid playing with my He-Mans, this is what we had, and I played just fine. So you could easily play with this, but most people are going to put this on display, as will I. This will be on my Masters of the Universe table. My whole He-Man world, Eternia world, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to stick this in as a little bit of Easter eggs. And cheap plug, if you missed the video, check out my complete collection tour videos. Got 2 videos up on the channel just newly released, showing my entire collection, showing everything. And you can see the Thundercats room, He-Man room. You can see all the kind of stuff in that video. So check it out if you have not. Does he fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. What do you know? He's fitting on that stand right there. Lion-O. Taking his last stand, fitting perfectly on a stand. Not bad for what it is. Now, $30, that's a hard one. That's a hard pill to swallow. But if you think about it, the He-Man Origin figures are $20. So that's a mass-produced company in Mattel. This being $10 more, I could say, okay, well, it's $10 more because it's not mass-produced. It's a smaller run. I get that. But then you got to take into the fact those He-Man Origin figures got more articulation, things like that. You get a comic book with them. You don't get that over here. So I know some people will complain about the price point on this one for sure. So I want to put that out there. But next, let's go to a hairy bipedal creature. How about a Jackalman? Of course, one of the famed mutants of Thundera. Third Earth, you name it, they get around, of course, chasing the Thundercat team all over. Uniform-style packaging, as you can imagine. Jackalman's name right there. Exact same card back. So there's savings right there, using the exact same card back. We got that going on, of course. Anything else exciting back here? Nothing really. Made in China. Shout out to China, I guess, huh? There we go. But let's pull old Jackalman out of the package. See you later. Goodbye. Like a young Alonzo Mourning back in the day. Oh, shout out to old Alonzo. Everybody loves a little Alonzo. Right behind Shaq back in that big draft class. That big draft class. We'll never forget it. And once again, he is locked in at the feet as well. And I might have to eat defeat on this one as he is locked in there very tight. But you know what? Where there is a will, there is a way. We're going to get him out of the package, no doubt about it. Twist ties. See you later. Oh, my gosh. Ooh, ooh. That was a wild one. Wild one. Watch out. Watch out. There it is. Off to the side. Let's dive in here. Let's start with the accessories as well. Got that big axe like a young Power Trip back in the day. It's the Executioner Tax. You better watch out for that. You got the point at the top so you can do some damage there. Of course, the nice blade in silver and gray. Wooden handle, ready to go, ready to take on the world is Jackalman. But now here we got Jackalman out of the package as well. Looking good. Looks like Jackalman. When I think of him, this is exactly what I think of. You got the shoulder protector there. He's got the skin of Chitara over here. That's what he did. He skinned Chitara alive. What? What's that? Mark Summers dialing in from the couch. What's that? Double Dare's own Mark Summers? It's not Chitara. It just looks like it. No, no, no. Mark, you're wrong. He skinned Chitara. That's what he did, and he put it as a forearm guard. That's what he did. You pipe down over there, Mark Summers. Got the vest over the top. You got those hairy shoulders on him, of course. And then you got that Eternia loincloth. So apparently the crossover's already started. Got an Eternia loincloth there. Got the Terry Steinbach issued shin guards here. You know, he doesn't got to protect the knee, the feet, any of that. but he's going to protect those shins. Jackalman, a wise one right there, like a young Terry Steinbach. Got those sharp toenails down there, could just stab you with one of those. And then, of course, you got the same identical articulation we've got with Lino. Don't have to walk through that. And then you get to the head. Almost reminds me of a kangaroo a little bit, though, except for those crazy teeth. But he does got a furry face there. Got some eyes going on. A very cat-like eye with the yellow. Got a little bit of hair in there. Got some big old ears. But Jackalman running fast, running hard, running free. There's no doubt about it. But now this weapon might be a little bit tough to get in his hand, as this is very, very thick, and he has a very tight grip. Oh my gosh, how are we supposed to do this? How are we supposed to get that in there? I'm going to have to really work on that, and sometimes you got to heat these things up, and oh my gosh, you got to pry it out there. You got to pry that hand open, and then you get this ready to go here. And if I'm not mistaken, when Funko made these, they made Jackalman back in the day. I believe that is the case. So we got him once again, and I could see Slythe coming to this line, and they'll probably give him this identical axe as well. So be on the lookout for that in the future. But let's put him down on a ringside collectible stand as well. Using discount code Kyle, save 10%. Jackalman ready to party, which leads us to Mum-Ra, the ever-living. Ooh, a dangerous fellow, as we do know. We got Mum-Ra right there on the front, then everything else uniform in the packaging department. Same thing on the back, nothing too special for Mum-Ra, but looking very, very good right here. Gonna pull him off the package, and oh, he comes with a cape. You know I'm here. It's cape season year-round around here. See you later, goodbye. Plastic Mum-Ra prison. He's ready to go. He's ready to be freed out of this prison. Let's get him out. It's like he's coming out of his tomb. Of course, remember when he's like little mummy Mum-Ra, and then he turns into this big monster. And I had the big monster when I was a kid. I remember getting it at the Empire Mall, Sioux Falls, South Dakota when I was a little kid. Shout out to Brandon, South Dakota, where I grew up for the first like 5 years of my life. Then we got out of South Dakota. That's what we do. So you gotta get out of here. It's too cold. It's too cold. But we got that going on. Silica packet, extra. See you later. Goodbye. But yeah, I did get the original Thundercats Mum-Ra figure. I had Mum-Ra and Slice, and that's all I had. Or Slice, not Slice. I had a can of Slice, I think, at the time. But Slice and Mum-Ra was all I ever had, and I got those at the Empire Mall, probably KB Toys way back when. Shout out to the Empire Mall. Still standing today. When I go up there for business trips, I look out there and I say, that's where I got that Mum-Ra figure. That's the first thing that comes up in my mind when I do that. But got Mum-Ra out of the package here. Ready to rock and roll, strut and stroll with Mum-Ra. He's got his big bladed weapon, dual-sided like a ninja. He's going to spin this thing around is what he's going to do. Yellow in the middle, and then, of course, crazy daggers on the end of there. Watch out for that. But we do got a full-on cape back here for Mum-Ra. Always interesting to get the full cape. You know me, I'm a cape guy. I'm here for a cape. If I could wear a cape and people wouldn't snicker, they would snicker at me if I went out in the public with a cape, but I'd wear a cape like a young Lando. I'd be like, what's going on? And I'd pull it back like this, and it'd be great. Going to the grocery store in a cape. Not for me, though, unfortunately. Too many Snickers. Probably you'd snicker at me, too. I'm sure you would. But you got Mum-Ra going on here. You got the serpents on top of the helmet. You got a little bit of those mummy wrappings going on. Big old teeth on him, big old mouth on him as well. White teeth, though, so whatever he's doing, it's working. He is the ever-living. Those teeth, he's ever-cleaning. That's what he's doing. Red eyes here. Of course, fiery red eyes on Mum-Ra. You got the Snakes logo in the chest. Blue skin, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was related to the Smurfs. What? Todd McFarlane from the couch. Fact check that. That is correct. Papa Smurf and Grandpa Smurf, direct correlation to him. Oh, okay. They can do the family tree, I guess, apparently, all the way down. He does got a nice skirt here in the red and blue attack. Cape, of course, red on the outside, black on the inside. Not as nice of a cape as we've seen from Super 7 in the past. A little bit dumbed down. It reminds me of the Deluxe King Diamond, and don't get me started on that figure. Check out the review for that. But it reminds me a lot of that cape. But it looks like it stays on. Unlike that one. Two gripping hands as usual here. Of course, using the same body parts. A lot of reuse on these. Got the furry boots down here. Once again, Terry Steinbach. He's sweeping the nation with the Thundercats line. You got those sharp toes as well that we saw over here. Seeing a lot of the same old going on here. At least the shin guards are different between the two. We will say that. But we know the articulation's same for all of these characters as well. And he should fit on a ringside collectible stand using discount code Kyle. Saving 10%. There it is, old Mum-Ra getting ready to take on the world right there. Looking pretty good if you ask me. But then we get some comparisons. Let's do some comparisons. How about Thundercats Lino, the Deluxe Edition? I was just talking about that, so you can see the difference between the Ultimates and the sizing. Very similar style figure. They're going for the same kind of look, it looks like, between these two. So we got the comparison right there for those. Then we got Conan the Barbarian. He's going to join in, of course, Arnold's going to go over to Third Earth. He's going to join in with the boys, and he's going to be splattered in blood. That's what's going to happen for Conan. And then, of course, the man that started it all in the action figure game for me, it would be He-Man, of course. Can't wait for the Mattel crossover event of a lifetime. Yes, you've heard it first. A lifetime in 2025 as the Thundercats He-Man matchup from Mattel comes together. Be very interested to see how that goes in the future. I'm all in on that one. Turtles and Grayskull, cool enough. Some hits, some misses, some in-betweens, but I think Thundercats He-Man, for someone like me, super slam dunk. Cannot wait to see it. More on that, of course, next year. But looking good, He-Man, Lion-O, Mum-Ra, of course, Jackalman, Arnold Schwarzenegger as Conan, and Lion-O once again, all here at the table today. But what's your thoughts on these? Pickup, passes, long games, no game. You're waiting for Mattel. You got the Funko ones back in the day. Let me know your thoughts and your commentary on these in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. We got videos every single day. Subscribe. Make sure you do it. We've got 2 channels as well, I should say. So subscribe to both of those. Check out the Patreon for all early access to every single video from both YouTube channels. ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. SirPaul64 on the X. _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and now on TikTok. So for Lion-O and the boys, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.